Yo, what is up, YouTube? It is Legend. Welcome back to another PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 jailbreak information video here on the channel. Make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel. Last video that we talked about was GoldHen working on 9.0 firmware. And you guys seen how the Lapse exploit has came out. You know, the devs are still working on everything, but we do have an update on the Lapse exploit being more stable. I know you guys are wanting a jailbreak for your PlayStation 4s and your PlayStation 5s. I know the time is very consuming because we have been waiting for the absolute longest, but there has been progress within all of this. So Brutal Sam made a tweet saying Lapse exploit K-Panic fix by ABC. He actually goes into detail saying a fix for Lapse exploit K-Panic must not happen anymore if you get to, quote, kernel exploit succeeded without any errors past the double free. So this is really good news because if the kernel exploit isn't stable enough, you guys are going to keep getting errors using it. Now that he's made some fixes to it, now you guys should have a higher successful rate when you're using his exploit. Also, when you do that exploit, you come over here to CamLion on his website right here. You guys can actually load GoldHen if you guys are on these specific firmwares. I actually have some good news about GoldHen that I'm about to share with you. This is really big in my personal opinion. So if you're on 9.00, this is what you're looking at right here. It does work on this firmware for the PlayStation 4 as well. And if you're on firmware 12.02, I got some real good news for you because all those tools said here on Twitter that PS4 Hen 12.15 release by Stretch Echo, homebrew enabler payload for PS4 firmware 5.05 all the way up until 12.02. We need a Webkit exploit. That way CamLion can update it on his website and we can get GoldHen on 12.02. We're getting higher and higher with the support. Okay? Jose said on Twitter, seems Nathan Fargo dropped a Webkit bomb and nobody noticed. In case you wish to test it, I think the link is this one. So I will leave that link in the description box for you guys to test out, okay? If you're on the PS5, I recommend staying on 10.01 and 10.0 right now, okay? Stay on that firmware. If you're on higher firmwares, stay where you're at. Now, Yusef said, is anybody working for higher firmwares at the moment? Asif responded saying, no clue. After 8.0 and 9.60 is finished and working 100%, I plan on doing 7.xx with PS3 plus Lapse, then probably working on 10.0 firmware all the way up until 12.02 with Lua and Lapse. Then we have Webkit plus software kernel exploits for 1.01 all the way to 9.60 and Lua plus software kernel exploits for 10.00 and 12.02. So they want to do all the lower firmwares and then start working on the higher ones. Also, Console Hacks was talking about this new Webkit exploit that is on the horizon by Nathan Fargo. And this was supposedly taken on the PS4 for firmware version 12.0. Don said what PS5 version is affected. Jose said 7.61 is affected at least, and the latest being 11.20 that recently came out for the PlayStation 5. On PS4, at least 10.xx firmwares are affected, except 12.50 on the PS4. Nathan Fargo himself said, I didn't hashtag it as being for PlayStation. And some dude down here below said some PlayStations crash or out of memory for one of them, so they are not useful. Damn, that sucks. He's basically saying I didn't hashtag it for PlayStation. He's making it seem like this Webkit exploit doesn't even work on PlayStation at all. I hope that's not the case, because if this is a true Webkit exploit and it's working on the latest version of PlayStation 5, which is 11.20, that is huge. The only problem though, Lapse exploit doesn't work all the way up until 11.20. These versions that you're looking at here are the only ones that are affected by the Lapse exploit. And you guys can see with the Webkit exploit, if it is or not, it crashes the internet browser. So you click me, it runs in the background, and it technically will just crash your internet browser. Now moving on, we have a tweet by Brutal Sam saying Jinky Resurrection and his demo has been added to the list of supported Lua games. Free demo has been added to the Japanese PlayStation Store. So this is also really good news. You don't have to get the other game. You guys can get this free demo and be able to run the Lua remote loader. So that's also really good news, because a lot of people are having trouble finding this game on eBay and all other types of ways because this game is expensive. And now that we have more games that are supported with Lua, that is also a good thing. So I think we caught up on everything so far with jailbreak information. I'll be back with more information when I receive it or when I see it. I'm just hoping that Nathan Fargo with that Webkit exploit, whatever it's supposed to be, I hope it works with the Lapse exploit. You guys can combine that together and get GoldHen installed and all these other things that are going on in the jailbreak community. So they're working on the lower firmwares, and they're going to start getting that out the way, and then we're going to start working on the higher firmwares, and I think that's what they're trying to do here. So I'm going to catch you on the next video. Make sure you leave a like. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I'll be happy to answer them. So yeah, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I catch you on the next video. Peace out.